That's a great document right there. That's actually encrypted with another algorithm from a movie. And this is an official file written by a senator. Um, Interesting file. And encrypted in a way that we'll talk about at another time. Um, Study flying dinosaurs. Um, that gets into War Games, which is a movie about AI taking over Earth, and there's a scene in there about that. We'll get to that later, but there's so much stuff I want to talk about. But we've got this multi-agency investigation going on. All of this information is public. Okay, if you're not able to open it, they don't want you to open it. Well, we've got the testimony of the victim, which is already public. It's backed up. It's out there. There's no question about this. Analysts and others have heard her mom admit to the fact that she knew about the rape, and also the survivor herself acknowledges it. Um, let's see. We've got the DA's office, all of that stuff. And so, you're going to come and try to get my device? It doesn't matter. Everything I've ever done on this is monitored. And so, I've actively stated that I'm working special operations on social media platforms for over 10 years. And it's pretty amazing that it's gone unnoticed or unchecked, oftentimes for operational security. And so, we've had this recurring pattern of cover-ups going on, and we work this stuff up the chain of command, and these guys just expose themselves and expose themselves and expose themselves, and it's like fucking pinball. It's like a bonus round in pinball, where it's just and so it's unbelievable how bad these guys keep fucking up. So this guy, the first time he came, he had stalked me to a place close to where I had been. He approached me in a store at 7-Eleven. So nice of you to call. And he said some very distinct things, including, "You don't have anything on me." And he was very antagonistic and aggressive towards me when he did this, and it was on camera. There were witnesses, and it was a bad deal. And as far as he knows, I've never met him. As far as anybody else knows, I've never met him. And just between he and I, when he didn't know he was being recorded, he admitted that he had already seen me by saying, "If I ever see your face again," and he repeated that same phrase that he said in the store, already recorded. "You don't have anything on me." This is a guy that I called to, try to say, "Hey, man, your wife covered up for the rape of your stepdaughter that was perpetrated by her father. This is her stepfather. And so why wouldn't he want to show this? We know this guy has been involved in very illicit activity now. He's connected to rogue faction and law enforcement, which he threatens me with, and then has one call me to try to contrive charges against me when all I did was leave him a message." And he called me back. It's not harassing to, leave somebody a voicemail about, "Hey, I want you to know that your stepdaughter was raped." You know what I mean? Any reasonable father would want to know this information, and it's already public, and it's not a matter of opinion or conjecture. I mean, this is something that you can hear the survivor herself acknowledge and talk about. And so I'm going to play this. I'm a little ashamed of myself for getting so upset at him, but this is a man who already threatened me. Signals intelligence indicates that he's involved in a lot of other things that I won't get into right now, but including the use of very specific targeting with types of weaponry and so on. And he, has all of these guns. And he's a gunsmith, and he's covering up for the rape of his stepdaughter. It's a situation that we're really monitoring. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. Back. Hello.
Yeah, who is
This is Eugene Irvin, Joey. How you doing? You think you're restricted enough?
You're a lying fuck. Who are you and what do you want?
Huh. What do you mean I'm a lying fuck? Would you like to clarify that?
Lying fuck. You ain't Eugene Irvin. You ain't calling about what you're saying you're calling about. And if you call me again, you will not be very good. What is it exactly you want?
Okay, I furnished.
Why is he asking me what I want in reference to a rape? I mean, I didn't lie to him. I told him, hey, man, we have your daughter recorded stating that she was raped by her father. I already gave him the information. It's already public. His wife knows all about it.
You a recording of Alex admitting to the fact that she was raped, and that.
Furnish me nothing.
Okay, it's in your inbox on Facebook, and there's already a video up about it, Joey. Okay, so let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something, you little worm. You fuck with me and you will regret.
Hey, I can see through your roof. I've already know you've got 64 guns. Okay, the ATF's watching your fucking house, bitch. So you talk to me like that again. Hey, let me tell you something. I'll have the feds kick in your fucking door, motherfucker.
And so when I said that, you know, I've already worked this investigation as it relates to this rape, having reported it inside the Collin County Detention Facility and watching it move up their chain of command while it was being observed by their own staff and other federal law enforcement. And they covered it up. Now, they covered it up because Alexia's family is heavily embedded in law enforcement, and with a connection into New Mexico, where Sheriff Skinner, actually comes from, who is now under much public scrutiny in the media. Directly after I stated that he would be in an interview with Laura Eisenhower, and so that's, I mean, less than 48 hours after Laura and I had our interview. 7 of his detention officers, including captains and lieutenants, were put on administrative leave, and that's been a big story in the national headlines. And so, you know, I was a little rude to him, but at this point, I'm already so fed up. I want people to understand where the aggression that I had comes from. He had already aggressively approached me, surreptitiously, and why he'd done it before this is something that is a big deal to know. And I want to be objective. Maybe he was just upset because of lost in translation or whatever. He threatened me to have the cops come over to my house and come get me, but we sent the cops to his house. And so this isn't a game for tit for tat. There won't be contrived charges against me for anything that these guys say. We've already got this on lock where we can show him approaching me before this, being aggressive, and then repeating himself with the same statements. And so I'm going to let this play and then give you guys some more explanation.
Okay? Shut your fucking mouth and listen up. Listen up. If you're not concerned about the fucking rape of your fucking stepdaughter, okay, I'm going to roll your bitch ass. If you are, then we're on the...
And what do I mean by that? I mean, you're going to go to jail for that. You know what I'm saying? When you get rolled, you're going to jail. You know, you're going to go to prison for this because you're involved in this.
Same side, you need to shut the fuck up and listen.
You come face to face, private.
You tell me where you want to fucking meet right now.
I'll tell you what, sweetheart.
I'll fly a helicopter over your fucking house and put it on video.
And this guy thinks I'm playing. I mean, how many videos do these guys need to see? Like, well, yeah, actually, Eugene did tell that helicopter to go like 50 times on video over that, actually. And so, you know, wake up time, guys. This is a reality check.
To show you this fuck. Okay?
Let me tell you what's going to happen now. After I hang up on your fucking ass, the fucking local police departments involved with this bullshit will be on their way to your door.
You try it. Try it.
It's done.
Try it.
It's done, and you are done. Got it?
Anything else?
You're done.
What do you mean I'm done? Are you threatening me?
You fucked with the wrong person. This goes to the next level. We'll just see how connected you are, because you're going to find your ass in a small jail cell. Got it?
Anything else?
See you in an orange jumpsuit, sweetheart.
Oh, no, we don't do orange. Okay, we'll put you in red and have you waiting in there like we did fucking Dockery's fucking little boy.
And this is the guy who targeted us originally when I first got with Alexia to go and work on some other things. that's Frank Eric Dockery, who, of course, you can hear me speaking about as related to public corruption and electronic harassment, which he was involved in. But what you guys need to know right now is that his dad is the chief deputy in Denton County, where he is awaiting federal sentencing. And that's the message that we sent to him. 2 people died as a result of him giving them some fentanyl. And that's ultimately what sparked in the task force to come and get him. But that's not either here nor there. I mean, the bottom line is these guys targeted me as I was already deeply embedded. I hooked into their office and we got rid of the son of a bitch. You can hear me speaking to Collin County Sheriff's deputies, the U.S. Marshals, and FBI Task Force Officer Jeff Rich about this stuff as it pertains to the public corruption and the fact that we knew that there was a connection between Collin and Denton County. And then, of course, Brian Preston Gibbons was arrested after I specifically said that we knew that they were putting people in charge of child exploitation crimes that were also involved in those crimes themselves. And Brian Preston Gibbons was, in fact, ritualistically abusing a victim of a crime that he was sent to investigate as the lead child exploitation officer from Louisville Police Department, which is the department which Joey is referencing right now that he says he's going to have come after me. And that did result in his arrest for 8 charges of aggravated assault on a child. So that's Brian Preston Gibbons.
You hear me? We put Dockery in his own dad's fucking jail just to send a message to little punks like you. Okay?
And that's the truth. I mean, I'm upset and I don't want to be angry, but people need to understand we're talking about rape. My cover was so deep, I went to prison for this just to show these guys what it's like to pay my dues and say, well, here's everything that I told you. My videos are still up. Everything that I told you is there. And so
you better shut your fucking mouth. Hey, I gave you a recording of Al.
And see, his demeanor changed when I said Dockery, and he starts to get frightened. Really, you're talking to the wrong guy. His demeanor changed, his tone changed, and you can tell his heart skipped a beat because this guy Dockery is very well connected in the law enforcement community, and this is a ring of people that are all connected.
Saying she was raped and your wife covered it up, motherfucker. If you're not on the same side as me, then you're not on the same side. If you are, you need to listen the fuck up and put your ego down, dude. Okay?
I'm not on your side. I don't like you.
Then you like to cover.
You don't like me for trying to help your daughter get the help that she needs, while you guys continue to cover up for multi-generational rape as it pertains to child sex abuse and ritualistic abuse. This is what we've uncovered in this investigation.
Up for rape. Then you like to cover up for rape, bitch. Fuck you. I exposed the fact that you cover up for rape. I'm such a bad fucking guy, huh?
So honestly, what type of mom doesn't report the rape of her daughter?
Yeah, you're being recorded. You're gonna hear my voice all over the place because it's going up right now on YouTube. Okay,
And that's where, if I ever see your face again. Did you hear that? He's never supposed to have seen my face, guys.
You're going to hear my voice all over the place because it's going up right now on YouTube. Okay,
And so he tried that. He had one of his guys call me, threaten me that I was harassing them when he calls me like this after I just simply left him a message and say, hey, man, your daughter was raped and I thought you should know about it. And so that's pretty fucked up. We have all of the statements. It's already out on YouTube. And so you guys can get with those videos, the multi-generational abuse investigation series there on my channel. And this stuff was reviewed by analysts in real time. This is not something that is, this information is in its raw form and it's pure information that can be deciphered and analyzed by people to make the proper decisions as far as U.S. policy is going. And so since this started, I would like to note, we do have a number of children found since this has really started. And this is March 11th. and this is in Dallas and Fort Worth. Now, we haven't had that movement out in Denton or Collin County. And so we're looking for that. We know we have a problem out there, and these guys have used psychological operations in the media, including Operation Medusa, which is relevant to Project Pegasus. And so you can hear me talk about how that narrative is exploited on Project Pegasus for operational purposes and what that really means, and how that is something that is consistent with the methodology that's used within defense and intelligence to communicate through narratives to your enemies and to other factions of people. And so, and also for morale boosting and other purposes. But there's so much to be said here. And so for these guys to try to paint me like I'm the bad guy for exposing this rape, when we know she's come to me and asked me that, she's the one that gave me the testimony. You can hear her crying to me about all of these things. I've been working this for over 4 years. We've been talking about this for almost 10 years, and I've known her for close to 30 years. And so as far as I'm concerned, this is the love of my life. I'm doing everything that I should do to get this information out, when I know that she has been abused since she was a child, per her own statements, things that have happened. And she has, unfortunately, these compartmented aspects of her psyche that you can see here that she's struggling with, that her handlers have triggered to come her back. And she's on record stating that there's a connection to the Clintons, and her testimony is amazing. And she's a really compassionate, loving, empathic person, and anyone should want to talk to her about this if they're going to try to help expose it, like Carrie. And so I was talking to Laura the other day. There is an interface point in the network. Carrie's channel has been deleted finally, after I have said this forever. I'm the guy that comes, man, we're going to shut you down for pumping this bullshit as it pertains to Looking Glass and all the other, because that's the way the network functions. It's not like I'm pressing your button. It's a matter of the human energetic system interfacing with the network, and people need to understand this. And so this is the key time for this. And I've just given Carrie some information, and this is a fascinating thing, and she needs to know, because people are acknowledged within these quantum access related things. And you can see Alexia here. She is the one in these images. These were given to me when I was young, as they were related to the project. And Carrie is acknowledged within these very clearly. And this is how we do it. Well, you see how these images, they're color coded, they're cohesive. You see the two images there. Look at that. Okay, that's Alex and myself. And this is the different bloodlines represented up here. And so we'll get into that more a little later. But Carrie needs to be aware of this information, because it's so important. And there's me when I was dressed up to go into this thing. This is before we yielded those arrests. I mean, my cover was so deep. It's such an honor to look like such a bastard and yield those results and be here with what we've shown that's forthcoming and ongoing now. I really don't give a flying fuck if people want to judge me on that photo, because it was worth it, you guys. And so let me see if I can get back to this image. We do have a pedophile there. We do have music on the project. And so Carrie, oh, you know what? I should have done it back at the top. I'm sorry. I'm going to get this up quickly and get it onto Carrie. But only individuals that are in the works of the highest order in these types of projects, the intended recipients are acknowledged within the media that's portrayed in the different things. And so this is a union that represents Pegasus in the project, but this is Carrie down here with her cheetah. It's very distinct, and that is the symbol of Project Camelot. And so I'm going to leave that there very quickly as we transition into this disclosure of this information, because we've never seen anything like this before. It is amazing what we're doing. We need the support. And so we're asking for that today. And we're right in the face of these pedophiles, man. We're right in the face of these really criminal aspects embedded in our law enforcement. And we need your help to gain the support to overcome this together. And that's what we're asking you guys for. So love you guys out there. It's nothing personal, Carrie. I'm looking forward to being able to work with you on this to get the information out, which is honestly, it's unequivocal. There's the caliber of this information is self-authenticating, and it comes with an overwhelming amount of documents, testimony, and just simply proof. So we'll leave it there, guys. Love y'all.